Baltimore, Maryland. Today it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Baltimore Ravens. Two hard-hitting blue-collar franchises, one of the better rivalries going. The Ravens and Steelers are underway. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run with a rookie drafted in the 3rd round. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. Look at this Baltimore defense. They were very good at the victory a week ago over Cincinnati.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, do you now decide that I can't throw the ball against this team and try and run it like crazy? Or do you challenge them? This is going to be fun.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Rodgers. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the 1st quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. 1st quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that, you don't get...
That's caught inside the 20. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Steelers are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Boswell good with the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Lost the football. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Well, security eluded him. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Adafe Owe there on the tackle. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Here's Rodgers to throw. Now a screen set up for Johnson. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a 1st down.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop it behind the line. Marlon Humphrey on the defensive side making that look easy from his corner position.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Again, it's Johnson. this one down to about the 5.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
Boswell's kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Flush to his right. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 36 yards on the play. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 36. They go play action with Jackson. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
So in this case, you'd think the defense would be collapsing to the left side of the field, and they forced him to his left, so he just tucked it away and picked up some yardage.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11. Here's Jackson to throw. Flushed out right. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
I think the defense surprised him there with that blitz on 1st down, but give him credit. Stayed cool under pressure and still found a way through the extra rushers for positive yardage. Well done.
Being chased out left. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Ravens have got it back to within a score. Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're back down to the 500 mark after 2 straight losses. And, Charles, this is a team that, to be frank, their play has really dropped off the last couple of weeks.
And, Brandon, I think there's a sense around the building that they can't let this losing streak get any worse than it is. Because if they were to lose here and fall below 500, then you're playing catch-up the rest of the way. They've got to take a stand and make it stop right now.
So from the 37, here's a 2nd and 8. Now it's Rodgers. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. Credit that sack to Travis Jones. Defense went 3-4. They got some push from the inside.
And this is something in a 3-4 you don't normally get because the nose tackle who got the sack, he's usually responsible or ends up getting double-teamed and sometimes triple-teamed. How about him working his way back and putting the big guy on the ground?
It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. Now we get to see the punter, Corliss Waitman. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Ravens, they'll take over.
At their own 27-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
At the 33-yard line.
Hey. Middle. You.
10-7 our score after 1 right here on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Baltimore. It's the Ravens in possession as they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation.
DC ready?
To throw is Jackson. And that's caught inside the 35. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
And that is incomplete. Now the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. The Ravens at 9-3 here on the year. And they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
The Steelers now in the nickel here on 3rd down. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Fights loose. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs, able to improvise and get the first.
1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
13.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Blitz coming and down he goes. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
At the Steelers' 31-yard line.
The toss right to Henry. And they move this all the way down to the 9. That good for 22 and a first down. This is a very impressive drive, especially when you consider where they started from to now be set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, some nice running right there. That's what got them the first down. But at this point, I suggest open up your playbook. You can call just about what you want.
And they'll try the option on 1st and goal. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And if you like defensive football, focus on the defensive end on this play. He does everything exactly right. Reads the play and make sure he spills it for a small gain.
Now Lamar changing the look. Now it's Jackson. In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Cameron Hayward able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal.
Yo. 180. Hey, Ozzy. What shot? You changed it. Report.
Now it's Jackson. And the Steelers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
319.
Now Rodgers. And it's complete right back in the hands of Smith. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8.
319.
Throwing is Rodgers. That is caught. And he will have the Steelers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. He's a diminutive receiver, Charles. Not a ton of size, but still able to bring that in against double coverage.
I think that's a great job by him of understanding angles because you mentioned his size. He's not going to go over the top of someone or body someone out of the way. He's got to make sure he creates enough space for himself by getting people into the wrong spot on defense, moving them with his body, and then showing his numbers to the quarterback to be open.
Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
46-yard line.
319.
Working from the gun, Rodgers. It's brought in by Wilson. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Even against double coverage, he found enough of an opening for a noticeable gain. 2 guys on him, yet he finds a way to uncover downfield for the completion.
This one into the hands of Metcalf.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
2nd and 1.
Now Rodgers, a free play. That completes it again to Metcalf. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. So with the completed pass and the yardage they got, they'll decline the penalty.
So obviously, more yards on the pass completion than they would have gained with the penalty. They did the math. They did it well, and it works for them.
Johnson. And he is not going to get through here on try number 1. They stop him at the goal line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
158.
To Johnson again. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Hey, 626.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Charles, one thing that he referenced to us yesterday was his confidence fitting the ball into any window, but obviously that window was a little too tight, and it was closing in a hurry.
And he was talking to us about having anticipation in making those types of throws. Down near the goal line, I don't think you can anticipate it as much as you need to see it open. You've got to be precise with your throws down here in the red zone. That one goes into double coverage, and he gets picked off.
A good, tight football game thus far. 10-7 the score as we resume action on EA Sports. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. So out of the locker rooms here they come. Their first drive of the third quarter. And Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, but we've got a tight one set up to be a very entertaining second half.
And as we know, partner, in the NFL, there's trailing and there's trailing, right? Sometimes you're discouraged by how much you're down, but in this case, this is a tight ball game, so there's a sense of optimism here. I think they went into half and looked at their play sheet and said, these are the plays we really like. What do you say we use them to start the second half and get us going?
And just shutting him off there. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 54 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. First down carry for Henry. Solid running on the carry, but still brought down just inside of the 40. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Again, it's Henry. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35. A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Jackson. Buying time was left. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 7 on the tuck and run, and it'll give him a new set of downs. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
At the 29-yard line.
13.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away from pretty good yardage, and that time they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Hey, come on.
Up the middle, here's Mitchell. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
I don't care what the emphasis is in the NFL at any given time. Every defense is still going to say their #1 goal every game is stop the run. And right now, they're not doing that. And that really chips away at your confidence.
And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now Jackson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
A
field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a first and goal.
Mitchell fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2. Only a yard that time, second and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
2 of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on second and goal. Throwing is Jackson. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. Third and goal and still a long way from the end zone. Jackson going to change things up a bit.
Hey, middle.
Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A solid run of 11 there as he tucked in and ran, but he's still short of the marker, and it's 4th.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough.
180. Sit hard. 180. Middle.
4th down. Here's Jackson. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. He couldn't get the ball away on 4th and goal. And the Steeler defense will celebrate the goal line stand. On play action, Rodgers. Oh, that is incomplete.
Well, they had that one snipped out defensively. That's a tough one to connect on when you got multiple defenders in the area, and it winds up incomplete.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Rodgers. Across the formation, he hits Austin. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Partner, they're locked in man coverage out left, and they end up running a crossing route. Rounded it a little bit more than a slant. He's just going to angle himself towards the right side of the field, and that's very difficult for a defender to shadow him across all that ground.
And he'll be taken down after a decent gain, and that will bring us to the end of this third quarter of play. So the scoring dried up here in the third. Nothing that quarter for either side. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 6. Rodgers now to throw. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
The Ravens take over first and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Get hot! 180!
A throw out wide caught by Hopkins. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, they just can't get off the ground. And that play, they wind up losing yardage.
They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down.
They run over center with Mitchell.
Oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. 1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Going for it. It's Mitchell.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down.
13.
Jackson now. He's got his man downfield. That's Bateman. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. The end result, 21 yards.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
One more, ready?
Here's Jackson. He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
At the 21-yard line.
Go. Hey. 180.
Here's Jackson to throw. He finds Hopkins complete. They'll give him 4 yards there. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Bronco 80. 70 range. 70 range.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And the comeback may stall out. It's intercepted. Picked up by Joey Porter Jr. And the Steelers will take over here at their own 14-yard line. A tone setter on defense. They pick off the first pass. I had to look down, but yeah, no interceptions last week, so they made up for lost time.
Boy, did they ever. And when you pick off the first pass of the game, you talk about a tone setter. Now your whole entire defense is thinking, okay, when do we get our next one? Can't wait to get back out on the field and get after him.
A short one there to Freiermuth.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. Second down and 6 now. Now run straight ahead with Warren. And this is going to be a Steelers first down as he'll get this up to the 25.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Warren will try the right side. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. You'd have to think likely another running play coming here. 2nd and 11. Back to throw. Rodgers. That is intercepted. Picked off by Trenton Simpson. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
This to the back of the landing zone. He'll return it from the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
At their own 24-yard line.
This is 1st and 10.
Now Rodgers.
That's caught by Wilson. And he's going to get out of bounds with the 1st down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the 1st and save a timeout.
Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
To throw is Rodgers. And it's caught inside the 30. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Oh, and this is a touchdown or bust drive, and that will definitely help their cause. What a time to come up with a play like that. And now, plenty of time to try and finish this drive in the end zone and take the lead. Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. 1st and 10 here.
Now a 10th carry for Johnson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
On a give, it's Warren.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stump that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The towels are waving. Steeler fans on their feet. It's 3rd down.
Rodgers to throw. Flushed out right. It is intercepted at the goal line. And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And he will bring this back. It's a pick six and a Raven touchdown.
Well, CD, that's a huge play by this defense in a close ball game. I think he was trying to just extend the play there, getting outside the pocket, but he throws a costly pick six.
Yeah, he was trying to find someone open. You're exactly right. He wasn't looking to run. He was looking to throw. The result, not good for him. They were more than happy on the defensive side to gather that one in and take it to the house.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Here we go on the return from the 1-yard line. And he returns this to the 22. Here's 1st and 10.
One final try now for Rodgers. Man open downfield. It's Metcalf. And